Okay, hello, so the stream should be live. Let's wait for the YouTube to catch up, and then I can share the link on Discord, and then let's get going. So let me quickly copy that and paste it to the correct channel. Cool. So we have been working on this tiny town for a couple of episodes, and we have more or less finished the whole thing last time. But I think it would be like nice to make it a bit like put it on a table or something like that, because right now it's just sitting on the floor. Let me just show you what it looks like. Yeah, thanks, Peter. It's looking good, but I don't think it should be on the floor. Maybe we can put it on a table or something like that. So that's what we're gonna do today, and if we have some time left, then we'll see what we can do next. So I think it's the test map where I have this model already imported. So let me just quickly jump. Okay, so this isn't the updated model. As you can see, there isn't all the buildings, but basically it's just on the ground. And I think it would look a little bit better if we move this. Okay, so that's half a block, I think. Let me just put one underneath, so you can kind of see. Okay, so that's like one block higher than usual, and I guess this looks a little bit better. Maybe we can also try to actually export this new thing, so we can kind of get a better feeling what it would actually look like in the game maker. So let's choose a good thumbnail for our model, and then let's wait for the process to happen, because I guess it's taking a little bit of time for everything to process. So this is gonna be a new no, oh crud, I should have replaced the old one. Let me just do this again, my bad. So export. Now let's wait a bit for my potato computer to process this huge ass thing. And now let me just find the old tiny town and replace it. So that should be all right. And now if we jump into the game maker and jump back, no, that's not gonna work. Let me just save. Okay, and then I don't know if it would help if we go outside of the game and back in. We'll see. So the test, and then usually I have to run the game and then go, oh, okay, so here is our tiny town, looking great. And now if we jump into the game, you can see, okay, so we have, okay, now we can walk around freely. So that's kind of what it would look like in the end once we put it on a table or something like that. So I think that makes it even a little bit better. So cool, now we have the idea. I'll see about that, how long we stream. I'll let you know if I decide to come. I'll see how tiring the stream is. So let's go to Vox Edit. And now we kind of need to figure out, basically we need just two pieces. One should be the corner one, and the second one needs to be like the side one. So we can just stack them all together, and then we basically get our table. And I was thinking that we could also make it like all the way till the end here, and then we can even make like a little rail around it, so it's like no kids touching and whatsoever. So perhaps something like that, and hopefully we don't exceed the 5,000 faces in the end, so fingers crossed for that also. So let me just duplicate one of these thingies. I guess we don't need a house template anymore because we have built all the houses that we need. So we'll just name this table corner. I think the corner is better to start with because we can just fill it in and then we have the side. Then if we do the side first and then try to make it into a corner, not really a big difference, but we'll see. So I think we can do, and also if we make these models too small, then we're gonna get a lot of faces because one of these cubes has 6 faces, and if we need to stack many cubes, then we get many more faces, of course. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? So I think if we keep it at 24 height, that might be even a little bit better than 32, which is the whole block. So that's basically 3/4, right, of a block. So it's a little bit lower, so you kind of get the more of a bird's eye view or something like that. And then let's extend this to 64 and then this to 64 as well, so we have our dimensions. And let's also move the pivot point to the center of this thing, so to 32 and 32. Cool. Then let's fill it in with our color, and I think the table should be like the base color should be brown, I think, because it's gonna be like a wooden table. I mean, usually we have wooden tables, and I think it would be kind of boring if we made it gray, because we have like a lot of gray already in our tiny town. So let's start with that, and I think we might have a little problem when we try to make the final details, because it's gonna lag a little bit. So if I try to draw, okay, so this is working fine. Okay, good. That's good. So I guess we can just indicate where our corner is gonna be by these 2 lines, and we can just put these already in the model to kind of see what it would look like when we zoom out, kind of. So let me first move the floor up by 24, or maybe by 24 and a half. I mean, I can leave it at 24 and then we'll see what happens and why we should probably move it up a little bit. And now I guess we can create a child node to the floor, which is going to be corner 0, I guess. And now let's find it. It's probably at the bottom. Okay. So that's going to be our first corner, and then we need to move it down by 20. Wait. But oh, and also we have some of the grass here, so we need to account for that also. So I guess this one is gonna be positioned in this corner. So it needs to go, let me just see where the, okay, so it's not even on the ground. Okay, now this is good. And then I guess we can just duplicate the corner. So this node, make it corner 1. And then we'll need to rotate it and move it onto the other side, of course. And also, I guess, because this is nested to the floor, we can already adjust it. So we have, like, you can see here, like 1 voxel above the table. And if we move it to the same height, then we're gonna get, of course, some weird laggings, and we wanna avoid that. So let's move it to -21. I guess it's the correct Y coordinate, and then let's move this all the way to the other side. And here we're gonna have like a little problem because we have rotated, it isn't snapping anymore. So we'll have to fix that, but first maybe we can move the floor down a little bit, just so these corners are actually on the ground, so we can adjust them more easily, because now we can see where the guidelines intersect. So you can see this is aligned properly, and then we need to move this to somewhere around here, and we can... Okay, so we have gotten the coordinates perfectly from this perspective already. Otherwise, we could have adjusted it more precisely here. Okay, so let me duplicate this node again, name it corner 2, and then we rotate it again by 90 degrees and move it all the way across. Okay, I can't grab this arrow. I guess this is good because it's aligned. Oh, and we have left the corner to there actually, so whatever. I mean, just a minor thingy. So let me duplicate it again, name it corner 3. So this is gonna be the last one, and now let's make sure we grab the right one and drag it all the way across. And maybe we can rotate it here just so we don't lose our snapping. Okay, so that's for the corners, and now you can see that we'll need like 2.5. So this is gonna be a little bit dicey, and let's see here, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 1. Okay, so we'll definitely need to make 2 different sides. Just a second, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so actually we can make one that's 1.5 blocks wide, and then we can just stack them all together. No, we can't. Okay, my bad. I thought there were just 3 blocks here, but it's actually 5, so that isn't gonna work, unfortunately. Okay, and now we can start making just some details for our table. Let's downscale everything, and it's not really a problem because these are already rotated the right way. So when we make details here, they should be correctly reflected onto the other ones. And also, because we're making a corner, we actually don't want to mirror across these 2 axes. So like that, and then maybe we can just make a little indentation here, just like so, because if we made like too many details, it would probably, yeah, we would probably end up with too many faces. And then another thing that we can try to do is the rail or something like that I have mentioned before. So maybe we can put it, oh, we need to extend it then upwards. So let's extend this to 16, and then we can crop. And also let's turn on the nice edges so we can see a little bit better what's going on. So we can try with this, that's 3 voxels high. So basically when we duplicated that, whoa, okay, when we duplicate it, it's gonna be 6, and we'll see how that looks. So let me just extend it all the way here, and then we can do like a little trick. As you can see this face and this face here, so we can just drag it like so, just to make the whole process a little bit faster. And now when we have enlarged it, let's see. So I guess the guardrail could be even a little bit bigger, and also I think we don't, I'm not sure if we need this much of a margin here. So maybe let's just move everything by, I don't know. So this is 223. Let me just, this is 4 voxels, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe something like that, so we can move them by 8 inwards, just so the whole thing doesn't look as bulky for no needed reason. Although then we're gonna mess up this a little bit. So we'll see how that turns out. So let's move this, so 144, okay, now we're a little bit, wait, what? Okay, so let me see, no, undo again. So 223, if we reduce it by 8, that should be 215. And then in the Z axis, wait, that's really weird. Let me undo. Okay, so minus 144, we have minus 136. So this node is positioned correctly. And now we can move this one by 8, and then here by 8 also. So 121. And then we can just copy this, so we don't have to actually calculate it. So this one is going to be minus 121. And then this one is going to be 72. Okay. So something like this, and I guess we can make this side rail even a little bit bigger. So let me have these dimensions, and then we can actually just do a little trick to make it higher, and then we just delete this bottom part that we no longer need, like this, and then we duplicate it back. Well, duplicate it, double the size back. Okay, and now maybe we can try to make a couple of details. So here we have only 4 voxels, so we don't really have much room to do, well, anything basically. We can also turn off the mirroring. And now we can make like a little highlight here at the top, and then repeat the same thing here for this bottom side. And then we can make a little shadow underneath here and here. Just something like that. Yeah, but hopefully today, at least for the tiny town, we don't go too crazy with the details. Okay, so actually let me just have this in size. So we have kind of messed up this, but it's gonna make it a little bit faster when we're making these details on the side. So maybe there we can have like a line that starts in the corner and then it goes all the way across to the other corner, like so. And yeah, I don't think we can do much more here. Maybe we can just make some textures, though I'm not entirely sure if I want to go that way. So let me just double the size to what we had before, and then let me just correct these minor thingies that have been messed up from having the size. And now let's do this. And then here we can go even one shade darker to maybe make this. And how? Wait, what's going on here is... What? How did that happen? I guess I could go and rewatch the VOD to figure out what caused that, but okay. So we got that, and yeah, we can't really make any highlights here at the top because it's a little bit overshadowed by the this overhang part. And then let's just do the same thing for the other side. And then maybe we can make it like look a little bit more premium or something if we added like some golden color. I'm just kind of trying to find out which shade kind of fits well with this wood, and I kind of like this one the most. This one looks a little bit too bright in my opinion. So let me get rid of that, and then we can maybe make just some squares or rectangles. And now I'm just trying to figure out whether it's better to keep like the same margin on the top and on the side, or if it's all right if we make it something like this, so it has two margin on one side and then one on top and bottom. And here, so this is 4x4, okay, so these are squares. I think squares are fine. Maybe we can do one side with one pattern and then the other one with a different patterns, just so we can kind of decide which we like more. So then we can leave 4 voxels of space in between. And then maybe this one can be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 8. And then we leave 4 voxels of space again. And then maybe we can do another square. So that's 4. Then another rectangle. Let me count the size. I think that's 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Cool. And then we'll probably encounter some problems here at the edge, but let's just finish our pattern and we'll see what happens. So that's too narrow. Okay, so that's, I guess, kind of one pattern, and then this one can have like 2 margin here, then again 4, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. Here, right? 2, 3, 4. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll see how the last one turns out. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this one is also a little bit weird. Let me just zoom out so we can kind of see one of them would look like this and the other one like that. And I think I kind of like this one more because this one looks just too boring. But here we can kind of try to figure out how we can, I guess, space this out so it would be so it would match the ending. So I guess what I'm trying to do here would be like let's see, let me just, so I think, yeah, so just so we end on half of the half of this square slash rectangle. So now I guess we just kind of need to figure out what the spacings in between these should be. So let's do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 21, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess if we had 5 spacing in between, then this would just end up as what we want to have. So let me just see. So that's 5. And now this should be moved here, if I'm correct. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. 5, and then this. I guess we can try to move it like this, but then I just need to save everything before, just so we don't need to place all these corners again, because when we're moving this type of stuff, sometimes Vox Edit likes to crash, and it's good if you learn from your mistakes. So let's see how much we need to move this one. So by 1, that kind of makes sense, because here we have 4 and we need to have 5. So okay, so these are all equally spaced, at least I think so. And I guess now we can move on to the other side, now that we know what kind of a pattern we want. So first, let's make, this isn't 4, right? Okay, now it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we have a square. And we have another rectangle. Then let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I could start drawing it from this side, but I just want to double check that everything is as it's supposed to be. And then maybe we can use this brighter shade here in the corner, just maybe like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, just something like that. And also let's use it here, like so. Cool. So that looks like something. And then I'll just add a couple more details. And then we'll make the sides. So I guess here should be some of the brighter brown. And I guess we can make a little bit of shades here as well, or maybe just some highlights. Just something like this. Okay. So I'm kind of satisfied with this. We don't really need to do too much. And I guess we can now duplicate this, but maybe let's first get rid of these 2 templates that we no longer need, just so they aren't in our files for no good reason. And then this should be called the table side. And another thing that I have been thinking about while making this is whether we should fill in the whole thing with these wooden blocks, I guess, or whether it's fine to just kind of leave it empty in the middle, because I guess nobody's gonna be watching it from underneath. But I don't know, I don't know how people are gonna use this asset, so in that case it might be smart to include that as well. And also I think it would be cool if we did like one rail, or like one of these pillars, just like half of it here, and then on the straight one we'll do the same thing. So when they connect together, then it looks like it's actually a full pillar. So then I guess we can, I don't know, we can nest these from the corner, and maybe we can start at corner 0. So for this shorter side, let's create a child node. Let's name it side 0. So for the corner, and then the first side for corner 0, I guess, is what this means. Now let's move it across by 64. Oh, and here we have mentioned that, yeah, we will see how this turns out. So now we have like weird dimensions because we have moved these corners inwards. So I guess if we calculate minus 121 and wait, what is this? Is this even the correct number? I think it's 72, right? Yeah, it's all weird. So 72, and then, okay, so this one is actually moving. So 72, let me just quickly grab my calculator just so I don't make any mistakes. So 72 plus 136 equals 208. So that's not divisible by 3, but it's divisible by 4. We can make it like 52 or over 100, but in that case we would have to add like another stuff. So I guess we can try making it 52 and we'll see how that turns out. So the axis that we should be concerned about is the blue one, so let's reduce that. And also we can be like a little smart about this, because it's gonna cut from this side. It would be kind of a waste if we cut like this part, so let's just move the whole thing a little bit into the other direction. We could even do it like this. Let's move it one backwards, so we actually continue the pattern from before. And now if we reduce this to 52, I can't believe it. I mean, if this turns out to be the perfect fit, let's not celebrate too soon, but I think it looks kind of good right now. And also for these pillars, I think we should get rid of the wait a second. Okay, so that's the base color. Oh my god, I'm a little tilted here. Okay, so that should kind of be it, right? Let's see. That's what we wanted. So now these two fit nicely together, and if we duplicate this to... Oh, and I think we have missed some calculations there. So let me just duplicate this node to side 0, 1. And then if we move this over, and I doubt there's gonna be like exactly 52 voxels, so let's just see. But I guess we can adjust the corners a little bit. There's not really too much of a problem there. So let me duplicate this node into side 0, 2, and we have messed up with the naming of this node. It should be side 0, 1. So let me pull this all the way across, and you can see we have a little bit of intersection here, which we can fix by adjusting these nodes by a bit. So maybe move it by 4 into this direction. And also we can turn this on so we can see how much of an intersection there is. And then this should be probably moved in the inspector. So now I guess we need a little bit more space. So maybe move this one by 2 and then this one by 2 as well. Okay, so we have a nice pattern on this side, and then we can make like oh, okay, so we should have nested all of these so we could easily duplicate them. Now we just need to kind of fix this whole thing. So side 0 needs to go, which is side 0 anyway. This one needs to go to 52, and this one needs to go to 52 as well. I should have thought of that beforehand, but hey, we're all still learning. So let me duplicate this node, and this one is going to be a side, I think it's 2.0. I think this is the corner 2. Oh no, it's okay, let's rename side 1.0 and then put it to corner 1, and voila, we have almost half of our table done. And let me just turn this off and just see if these rails all look good, which they kind of do, more or less. And now we need to do the same thing for the longer sides of our rectangle. So this one is going to be side 2.0, and we need to remember that we're just nesting all of them so we don't encounter the same problem we had before when we tried to duplicate them. So this one goes to 64, and then I guess we can even duplicate this node, name it side 2.1, then we attach it to its parent, and then we just adjust it to 52. And now we can duplicate it again. So this one is going to be side 22 basically, and then if we attach it to its parent, then it's already positioned properly. And then I guess if we duplicate this one to side 23 and repeat the process, you can see that we are off a little bit. So what to do now? I guess we just duplicate this to table side 0, I guess. And this is gonna be like the smallest increment of our pattern. So let's see. So basically to here, let me just turn on the nice line so we can see a little bit better. And then I think it needs to go like this. So you can see, oh, but we're gonna be left with the rails, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem. We'll need to fix that somehow, but in the meantime, let's just leave it as it is, and let's just move this to 13, just so it's in the middle. Okay. And then I guess we can try to see what it would look like if we replace this node with the shorter side. Of course, we need to move it to 13. And here, yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a problem because if we are using many nodes, then we're gonna get many faces. So maybe let's not go with that. Let's see what we can do, what else we can do. So table side 0 again. You can see we still have the same thumbnail. Yeah, so basically we don't really have like other options. That's a little bit unfortunate. So how are we gonna do that? Let me just try to put the big side again. So this one, and then let's move it to 52. And there's like too big of a gap to, I guess, just move these two sides a little bit inwards to kind of connect to it. I'm definitely not too happy about how this is turning out. Well, I guess let's see how many nodes we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the corner one. So maybe we can squeeze in like one of these narrower ones, which we have unfortunately deleted, but I guess we can make it again. So I think, yeah, 26 is the correct width. I mean, it's the same width that we had before, so I'm just assuming that's the one that we want. And now we need to figure out, so 2. Oh, and then, yeah, crud. So even here, it's not gonna be in the middle because we have 5 of these nodes. Oh my god. So in that case, we will just need to squeeze another one in between, like this, if we wanted to keep it symmetric. Yeah, a little bit annoying. Let's see. So if we move this all the way to one side and then this all the way to the other side, is this the, yeah, okay. Let me just, so minus 130, I'm guessing. Oh, that's one too much. Minus 129. So this is definitely too wide. Oh no. So I guess we need to have a completely separate object for this side, which should be, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 blocks of width that we need to fill. And I guess we can just extend this table side. Let's see. Well, let's work with the larger one. So I guess we'll duplicate it for the 3rd or the 4th time. So table side 0. But now at least we know what width we want. So basically it needs to be 96. And now let's see the bottom floor, and let's make it a little bit higher. Then we can use the volume tool, and it's gonna lag a little bit when we're trying to make some of these details, but hey, some compromises need to be made. Okay, so now let's draw this line across. Let's draw this line across. And basically we know how we want the sides to end, so we'll just start with this pattern from the other side, or we can even mirror it over the blue axis and then just start coloring these parts, and they should be mirrored over to the other side. So like this, and then I guess we'll just leave this here in the middle because yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, unfortunately, but I mean, we can try to smooth this out by a little bit. So maybe we can make a little bit bigger spacings in between. So I guess we can move this over by 1, and then this over by 2, and then this over by 3, and we'll see how that turns out. And let me just save our VXR file, just so we don't lose this progress that we have made. And also there's something fishy going on there, and we'll get straight to that also. Okay, so now let's see how this new layout mirrors across, and let me just fill this in. Let's turn on the nice lines, and now let's see what this looks like now. Okay, so I think this is pretty good. Okay, we definitely don't want that. And now let's get rid of these minor details that have been left from before. And then let's fill this in. And also let's not forget about this part, like so. And then here as well. And then one thing we could do is like add another support pillar here. Okay, so that was a good catch if we didn't mess up here. Okay. And then for this we can try to do the same trick that we did before to just make it with the volume tool. So let's see, one inwards. Okay, like this. And it's not really a big problem that it has erased some of our stuff. And then let's just do this on the side here. Cool, so now we have a little bit different pattern. And I'm just thinking this one has 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm still not too happy about that. So maybe we can have 6 and then 5. Then this is 6, right? 2, 4, 6. Oh. I'm just hoping it doesn't look a bit weird when you look from afar. So let's do this. Okay, so I think this should look good, hopefully. And now let's put these new table sides in. So this goes here, and then we can get rid of some of our nodes. And then let's duplicate this one. And also, you know what? We can actually make them a little bit more narrow. That would actually help with this side spacing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we can keep this 6 and then the rest should be 5. So 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's just gonna be 2 voxels, but yeah, why not? Can I select this, please? Okay, let's move this inwards by 1. Yeah, we should have moved this also. Okay, like so. And then let's do the same for the other side. Yeah, now we have selected too much. Okay, it's messing with us a little bit. Cool, and then that's the wrong way. And now we can make this 94, I guess. No, wrong number. 94. Okay. And then I guess we can also adjust the pivot point to, what's the half of that? So 47, I think. Okay. And now let's see what we got. So wait. Okay, 97, sure. And then let's create another child node. Actually, let's duplicate it. Side 21, attach, and then let's move it over to 94. And then we can just duplicate this one to side 22. And then when we put it here, it just kind of works. So now we just need to move this by a little bit inward. So let's see. Here we're on our guideline, so let's move it by 2, maybe 3, and then let's do the same thing on the other side where we should be. I don't know. How much was our position before 129, so I think if we move it to minus 126, it should be fine. So this is aligned, and now I'm just trying to figure out which part here is weird. I guess we can move this outwards. Okay, so that's aligned, and now we need, we got some intersection here. So let's move this outwards, so it's aligned with this. And then we need to adjust this. Whoa, that's a wrong part. Wait, so this is 220. Come on. Okay. So, wait, what? Oh, we need to move it on the other axis as well. So minus 142. Okay, so there's that. And now we can duplicate this node, so side 20 into side 30. So duplicate node, side 30, attach it to corner 3, and we are basically finished. Ta-da! Okay, and now you can see what I was talking about before. We have like some stuff underneath that looks a little bit weird, but I mean, we already have a lot of faces, we already have a lot of nodes, so I don't really feel like adding that is necessary, but we'll see. So now let's quickly export, well, quickly. We'll see how quickly that's exported, but now we can check it out in the game maker. So now it's actually finished, more or less. It'll never be actually finished in my mind. Okay, so the upload screen has kindly appeared. Let me select the asset that we're trying to replace. Cool. Why are you sad, Abar? Okay, so that's the old thingy. And let's see, is it gonna update? Nope. Let me try to relaunch the experience, so maybe that will help. I mean, it helped the last time, so perhaps it's gonna work this time as well. Okay, apparently not. Let me jump in here. Okay, yay! Now it has updated. And also, it's good that we have our... so it aligns nicely with the ground. Oh yeah, it's been like a season of a TV show, and now it's ending. Hopefully the finale isn't like disappointing with like some... Yeah, probably. Yeah, it might actually be the case. I don't think I have ever spent so much time on any other asset. So now we can actually check it out in game, and I really like how this all turned out. Maybe we can move it a little bit further away from that tech shop, and then we can also maybe get rid of that. So now we can observe the finished product, and I guess you can even jump on it. Yay, now we're like a King Kong or something, jumping on the buildings. Okay, let me get on the tall one. Okay, ta-da! Okay, so now we need to figure out what else we're gonna do today. And luckily we already have our new assignments for this month. So let me just quickly save this. Okay, and we can try to make some more stuff, I guess. Or actually, we can have like a little break with some game maker. So yeah, I wanna quit. So right now, let me just quit this. So for this month, we have a theme of some Gundams or mechas, and I have gone on the internet before the stream to get like some reference art, so you can kind of see what we're gonna try to do. Well, something related to this. We'll see. We can either make it from some templates, we can make some custom stuff. They even don't really need to be like mechs and stuff. They can be like pilots or other props. So if anybody has any suggestions, you're free to drop them in the chat, but this is like the main direction of where we're going. So yeah, just a little teaser what we're gonna do a little bit later. So let me save the changes. And now I need to also basically make a recording for a submission for the Game Jam entry. And I don't think I have shown the actual playthrough of the whole experience on stream. So I guess that's the next thing, and then we can start making some mechs or Gundams or whatever we decide to do. Yeah, he made some really awesome stuff. Like, I don't know whether it's Megazord. Is that from Power Rangers? It's like you have those smaller vehicles that kind of combine together into a bigger one. Yeah, I really like those two. And he also made like some cars that transform. So yeah, hopefully we can do something at least a little comparable. I have mostly been working with the templates, like Sandbox is like a little bit mechy looking, but in the whole scope of things, I think Gundams are like a lot larger mechs than just, I guess, 2 blocks high. Okay, so here is our experience. And I don't know why I have uploaded it once and it's not shown in the gallery, so I guess I'll re-upload it today or tomorrow, and hopefully you guys can play it soon as well. I mean, I'm gonna ruin it for you a little bit here because you're gonna see all the spoilers and stuff, but yeah, perhaps you can return like in 20 minutes when I'm finished if you wanna play it for yourself. And I'm also gonna be speedrunning a bit, so if you wanna check out all the lore, you're free to do so. So basically, you start here. Okay. Oh no, we can't go out. So there should be some enemies here. No, they're hitting me like... Oh, the camera. So these plants with the glow, they are healers. Okay, so I can also greet them. That's interesting. Oh, and they're talking. Okay. So that one was defeated, and then I need to get rid of these two as well. Okay. And I guess we can just heal back up with the help of our friendly healers. Also, I would encourage all of you to kind of try to figure out these clues for yourself. So now this door should be open. Good. And this is, I think, 11. Okay. Oh no. Oh, wait, what? I never had this many issues climbing this ladder. Were there some updates? Okay, I guess we can do it like this. Oh no. Oh, and now we need to navigate the maze. Okay, that was totally not intended, but yeah, it happens. So let's see, where do we need to go? Oh no, we have found the dead end. Come on. Okay, now this is gonna take a little bit longer than expected. Let's see, where do we need to go now? So I don't envy anybody who falls off, because they're gonna spend some time walking around this lava to find the way out. I think this is the place. Okay, nice. Yeah, otherwise there we would have some enemies to fight, but you can go the other way. Now we have our beavers. You have probably seen this room already, because it's been worked on a little bit, at least on the stream. Yeah, it's kind of cool that you can do all of this stuff together. I kind of missed in the Minecraft that you couldn't like create more of your custom stuff. Fight me, wizard. And I think there's like some pretty big stuff planned for the pretty near future, so hopefully they get it done as soon as possible. Okay, and this is basically the final room. And these toilets are really like deadly if you fight too many at the same time. So let's heal a little bit, just so they don't one-shot us. Because they aren't like regular enemy, they have a little bit weird like when they damage you, they don't really have like an attack animation or anything like that. And also the character's name is Dwight, that's why they're calling him that. Okay, let's heal here for a little bit, and then we need to destroy 2 more toilets to get done with it. Okay. And now the toilet cover has opened. Also, look at this. This guy is kind of climbing, but he's actually not. Okay. Oops. Okay, so I guess we can do some fixes here. Okay. Oh, and we did it in 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, I guess because I wasn't reading the stuff. So now I have just noticed a little bit of weird stuff happening with the ladders. So let me just quickly adjust that just so some people don't have issues on their gameplay. So maybe we can move. Oh no, the camera now is a little bit wonky. So I guess we can move this here, and then I mean we can just make a little bit more ladders. Hopefully that fixes the problems. Okay, I think here was one of them, and then maybe what we could do here, it would be just like a little wall, just so you don't fall off like I did. So let's find the stone that we were using. So the right block, I think the stone gray should be, oh no. Now I have started the game, my bad. I need to use the different shortcut. Okay, let's just build here a little bit. I guess now it looks a little bit weird, but whatever, anything for the player. I guess let's get rid of this too. Something like that. So that should help a little bit, and then we have encountered some problems here as well. So let me find out the ladder, and we shouldn't be searching the blocks. So which ladder are we using actually? Let me select you. So the wooden ladder. Okay. And now I guess we can move this bottom part a little bit downwards. And then I'm just quickly go through it again just to check if this has helped in any way, shape or form. So let me... Oh no, we have wrong. So that's a little bit annoying because sometimes you can grab stuff through the walls. And yeah, I mean, you can see now I can click here and I select this, which kind of shouldn't have happened, but yeah. And also, let me actually save it on the same spot as before, because that is like our thumbnail. So let's just make it nice and pretty. And let's not show everything what's happening in this level. Okay, so let me just quickly go through it again, just to see if those changes helped. Okay, we didn't interact. Let me water the plants, okay. So we don't even really need to fight this guy, we just need to fight these three. I mean, we actually just need to kill this delete guy, because the quest is based on him. And basically, as long as we dodge his attacks, we're mostly fine. Heal me. Okay. So I guess we can try to clean now and also see if that breaks anything, because some players might interact with the dude before going here. Okay, so this is open already, and 11. Okay, now let's wait for the door so you can see what the other part of the game looks like. So let's see if we can... I mean, it's a little bit weird that you can't... Whoa! Okay, we have fallen through the window. Now we can't go back. Okay, so there's still some stuff that can be improved, I guess. So let's get to our carpet. Yeah, that's odd. So let me just block this in, and I guess we can make just these ladders just as simple as possible, because for some reason it's not working as I want it to. So yeah, I guess we can move this to the middle. Then let's get rid of this one, move this to the middle as well, maybe downwards a little bit. Oh no, now we have some camera issues. Okay. Now let's move this upwards, the side. Then we can kind of do it like this. I doubt anybody's gonna notice it, that there are like two ladders overlapping a little bit. Okay, so hopefully now we can do it just fine. Oh no. Okay, these are like destroying me. Kill me. Okay. Okay, he actually missed. That's interesting. Okay, so now we can already clean. Then we go through these doors. $11. Yeah. I guess I'm not sure actually if you are already able to implement like shooting weapons just in a little bit different way than perhaps like Minecraft, where you actually shoot the arrows and stuff. But yeah, also if you have like some power armor or equipment, I think it should help you out with the damage. So you do basically a little bit more damage per attack. And also, I'm not sure if they changed something, but these guys don't seem as strong as they did before. Here is one. Come on. Okay. One more. Okay, so it's behind these shelves here. And also this wizard has sometimes problems with aggro, but you can just kind of go up here and then start attacking him. Come on, bro, get down. Fight me. Okay, got him. So we have completed that quest, and now let's just exterminate the toiletrons. Yeah, and now you can see them like going ham on me. Okay, let's wait a little bit here, just so they don't kill me right at the end. Okay, and yeah, there's something weird with the quests, because it has already been completed. Okay. Yeah, not even close. 5 HP. So let's quickly complete the level. Oh. Another bug. Okay. So now we got through even faster than before. But what's up with these lags? Also the quests, I'm not sure if it launched 2 quests, so when I killed 5 of those toilet enemies, it just decided that that's enough. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be a tough one to beat without the same glitch happening. So now I'm just gonna move the spawn to this final room to just test the ladder, because what happened before is kind of unacceptable. So let's go here. Can just spawn, get rid of this guy, and then let's try to climb on here. Okay, so it has still has some problems. Okay, that's gonna be a bit tougher to fix than what I expected. I don't know, I'm just gonna move this ladder downwards and we'll see what happens. Or, I mean, if we moved it higher up, perhaps this could help. Oh, that's weird. Also, there's like some problems if you're... Oh, so there need to be blocks behind it, otherwise it doesn't climb. Okay, so maybe downwards a little bit. So I think most of this level was done on... Wait, what? Okay, then it just lets go of it. So maybe if we just put it like at the exact same height, hopefully. Now it's gonna work. Okay, I guess. So this is like the best result that we have gotten. Then you need to kind of spam the space button to jump from it. So I guess not great, not terrible. And now let me just move this spawn back to where it belongs. Now that we have tested the stuff that we wanted to test. I mean, we could have gone for another playthrough, but I don't want to spend too much time here. And let me just save again, because now I think this should be the final version, basically, hopefully. No more lags are encountered. Okay, so now we can quit this. We can quit the whole game maker, we don't need it anymore for now. Okay, so now you can see I have made like some kind of a futuristic looking stuff, and also well, I think it would be kind of pointless to start making like models from the ground up if we already have the templates that can kind of do this work for us, because we already have the animations that we need. So maybe we can try to go for the giant human template and then transform it into a mech or a Gundam, or I mean, it really depends on how much anime you watch, which term you prefer. And also what's gonna be our name. I don't know, can go with Gundam 0. That's like a really nice and unique name that really describes it well. And one thing that I have noticed for these things is that they have like rather short arms compared to the legs. Let me just bring the image back. So if we go full screen and if I zoom in a little bit to some of them, let's see which one did I have in mind. Okay, so this one has like large arms and little legs, but this one you can see like he has a gun that's bigger than half of his body. And where's that one? Okay, this one has also like pretty large legs compared to the arms, so we'll see what we go with here. So what I usually find most helpful to work or where to start is the head. So I guess we can kind of try to get a little bit of idea where we're going with our model. So they usually have like a mask, and also because they're like Japanese, they kind of look like, well, not too much, but like a little bit like a futuristic samurai or something like that. And another thing that I don't really like too much. Okay, so we have these 5 grays. This is basically all the grays. Also, there's some of these grays. Okay, these are like greenish grays, and these are like actual grays. I don't know. We have a couple of gray shades or colors, so I guess we can leave some of these facial marks on it, because we still kind of need to put the eyes down, and they don't have like mouth or noses, so we'll do something else for that part. And also we can get rid of the ears, so let's maybe start mirroring over the x-axis, and let's try to get rid of some of this stuff that we don't need. Like this. And then for the hair, I think that this part is not needed. I mean, we can start with the more blocky shape, and then we'll see where we go from there. So they have kind of like some mask and then some helmet. So let's see what we want to start with first. Maybe. Oh, and also, oh, we already have the nice edges. Okay. So this is a little bit wide, but we can add some more stuff so it looks a little bit more natural, or how it's supposed to look. And then maybe we can make like another layer here, just to kind of make it look a little bit more like some kind of a mask. So let's see now where we need to put some of these voxels. So I think the mask should be, this should be like the maximum mask width, because then we're gonna do the helmet basically for this size. So yeah, let's not make it too wide, because then the head is gonna look more like an egg than an actual head. And also we could kind of try to figure out which colors we want to go with. So one option would be like a blue one. I really haven't made many blue assets, so why not? I mean, we can we can still change it later. And now I'm just gonna do like some kind of a helmet idea with brown. That's left from the hair, but we can also change that pretty quickly. And then also let's get rid of the eyebrows, because these mechs don't have eyebrows. Then nope, let's not do that. So I think this is about enough space for the eyes. Perhaps they usually have them like pretty small. So I don't know if I want to keep it 2x4 or whether I want to make them even smaller. And maybe something like this. And then maybe it can extend a little bit towards the front part as well. Then for the back side, I'll just keep it something like this. And then we could even make some more details. So if they aren't like made on the model, oops. So it could look really cool if we added like some spikes and stuff, but you need to be mindful that whenever you do that, you need to adjust that on all the other animations. But because this template really doesn't have many, I'm actually surprised how little it has. So 2, 4, 6, 8 animations. So that's not too terrible. If we wanted to kind of basically you need to adjust all the nodes for each animation so it looks right. Maybe you can see that process on some other stream, but it's really boring. So now they also have sometimes like some of them like exhaust holes, or I'm not even really sure what to call them, but so I guess if I show you here something like this, maybe I can zoom in a little bit. So this is the stuff that I'm talking about. So perhaps we can try to do some of that here. So let's see. And then this should be at least 2 voxels outwards, perhaps even more. Perhaps we can make it even 3. So in that case, we would need to make these 22 wide. And then let's move the head by 1 block to the center. And then we also need to adjust the pivot point to 11. So everything is fine and dandy. Cool, and now we can try to basically merge these with the helmet somehow. So maybe it can be extended upwards a little bit. So 2, 4, 5. Something like this. And then we can finish that off onto the back side. And then maybe we can do like a strip going like downwards and then backwards here. So you'll see what I meant pretty soon. So now this needs to move downwards like so. Then I guess this can continue going this way. And then let's do it like this, and also let's move it for, with these blues I never know which way the thing is gonna move, so I always tend to press the incorrect button. But what I meant was perhaps something like this. We'll see how many faces this creates, but since this is like a pretty large template, there shouldn't be like too many problems. And now I guess we can try to fill in our blue. Okay, so this looks like Optimus Prime. Well, whatever. Perhaps we can do maybe blue and orange because they're like complementary colors, and not maybe blue and red, which is like his kind of color theme, even though that's a mech, or even I'm not really great with that terminology. I mean, the Gundams usually have pilots, to be honest, but yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit liberal here with the interpretation of that. So now we can do some of these I don't know, exhausts or whatever you want to call them. So some darker gray and then some brighter to give some of that illusion. And then what I also think, it's kind of a Japanese style, but it might be just from me. I mean, it would yeah, I don't want to call myself racist or anything like that, but it just feels like adding these I don't know, like ear wings or whatever you want to call them. It kind of adds to this Japanese manga anime style, but yeah, it just feels to me that way. It's not like a given. But I think it looks kind of cool that we have like a little bit of spacing in between here. And then maybe let's make this a little bit more nice. So one option would be to make it something like this, but it looks kind of too perfect. So I kind of like this one. And then we of course we're gonna add some details, don't worry about that. And now here, okay, so we have one voxel here for the front part of the helmet, and I guess it looks a little bit too blocky if it's just a rectangle from the front side. One option would be to fix it with shading, and I guess that's something that we're gonna try probably on the next stream. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking at this helmet, trying to figure out what else we could add. We could add, I don't know, maybe some spikes or something, but I don't really want to go overboard with this one, especially since it's the first one, and probably every next one is gonna look a little bit better, so that's mostly the reason here. And now we can try to figure out how we want to do the eyes. So okay, first off we need to use the color tool or paint mode, and as one option is this, although the eyes look a little bit large compared to some of the reference art, and now it looks just weird. So I kind of think this needs to be square. There is no other way of doing it, unless what can we do? We can make this lower, and then if we do, let's see, something like this, this might look good actually. And then we would also kind of need to compare it with the rest of the stuff, and maybe the eyes can be like orange or some other color, because we don't have to make it completely blue. So now it looks kind of better, if you ask me. And let's try to export this. Wait, let me go here, let me save. Let's try to export this to the marketplace so we can kind of see the size of this. thing that we're making. So this is going to be a new asset. And I guess this doesn't really like have to be a Gundam. This can be more of a like a foot soldier or something that those robots are fighting, because mostly, or at least in the most TV shows, you have like a protagonist who has like some really cool mech, and then you have like swarms of enemies that are just getting blasted away. So we'll see which part this little thingy is gonna be part of. And now let's go back to the Sandbox maker, and we need to log into Nexonic account again, because that's the account that has privileges of uploading to the marketplace. So let me do that real quick. Okay, and it also kind of messes with me that when I press enter, it doesn't register as a submit or something like that. So I tend to press enter and then just wait what's gonna happen. And nothing happens, and then I usually realize that, yeah, I messed up. So if you put it down here, compared to our dude, so it's a little bit taller. I guess this can be like a guard bot or something like that. So let's quit that. We don't need to save it. We just kind of wanted to figure out what the size is gonna be in the end. And I guess we can try to model the chest or the torso next. So in this model, we just kind of want to make it look robotic, so it doesn't need to be as wide at sides, probably something like this. And let's extend this further inwards, so he can have like I mean they don't have a gender, let's call it it. And yeah, I just might slip my tongue sometimes. So I guess we can do something a little similar to what we did with the Kryptonite. So we have like this bulky chest part, and then it just kind of descends towards the side. So maybe something like this. We can make like some pipes or something like that. Maybe let's make this a little bit higher. And then this bulky part can like finish off into, let's see, 1, 2. I'm just trying to make it like a little bit rounded. So maybe we can do, let's see, what do we want to do? I mean, this helps a little, but now it kind of sucks that this isn't aligned. So let me do that by one more. So when you look at it from the front, there's one voxel above it and there's one voxel underneath. And then I guess this is fine. And then since we have like 3 voxels here at the top, I think we need at least one at the bottom, and maybe we can add another one like so. So that's gonna be kind of our front part of the torso. Then on the back side, let's see, maybe we can kind of continue this bulky part. So if we go, maybe we can split the screen and then, wait, what? Why is it closing? Is it gonna crash? Okay, it's gonna crash. Luckily it didn't happen with the tiny town, but apparently we have reached our limit of luck. So let's go back to Vox Edit and let me just take a quick sip of my water. Okay, much better. So when we go back in, we have basically all of our changes saved, luckily. And then now we are looking at it from the top right. So let's see. Also, which color do we have picked? Okay, weird. Let's pick the right one and then can start here. Well, that's not what we wanted, so I guess we need to look at it from the bottom. So it goes kind of here. And where did we draw those? Oh, they're here. Okay, weird. I don't really use this tool too much, so yeah. Okay, I guess we can extend this downwards just to kind of see where it intersects with the chest piece. And let's get rid of that. And also let's turn on our mirror, because that makes everything a lot easier. So now I guess if we delete some of this stuff here, it's gonna make the shoulders look a little bit bigger, probably. And also we may avoid some of the Z fighting. I'm not 100% sure if we can do it, but we can try. Or perhaps not. I mean, if we have one voxel here extra, I think we need it on the other side. I just like symmetric symmetric stuff, so let's keep it that way, and then we'll extend the back a little bit further, I guess. We have enough room in the default template for that. And I guess we can also try to do like some kind of neck protection, like it makes the head look a little bit bulkier and stuff. So maybe we can expand this back plate a little bit to the sides, like so. Then maybe do something like this. So it's gonna start here, and then it's gonna go backwards by like quite a bit, because the head is also pretty long, I guess we can call it. Okay, so there's the base, and let's see, now we can indent it by 2, so we have 1 and now 2, and then maybe another one by 3 maybe, just to make it kind of circular shaped. Now let's see how we can extend this out upwards. Guess something like this, and we don't really need this part because it's just creating extra faces, so let's get rid of that, and then maybe let's extend this upwards a little bit. And then it's also gonna go kind of, it's like highest right behind the head, so it's kind of a circle shaped behind the head also. So I guess now we can do just this part, or maybe let's add this as well. And now in this case we will need to make this template a little bit bigger. So let's maybe extend it to 40, like so. Then let's just go one layer at a time, maybe something like this. That's one option. We can make this even higher. So maybe make it higher by 2, just to make it look something like this. I kind of like this. And then we can maybe make it like smooth a little bit towards this bottom part. So let's see what we end up with. So let's extend that first. And then we can do it so it kind of ends at this level, like the front side. So let's see. So that's the, is that the right height? Yeah, it is. Okay. And now let's get rid of that as well. So we have like this back side, and now let's see what we want to do with the side thingies. I mean, what is this even called? I mean, just some details on the neck. So let's extend this downwards a little bit. And now let's see. So if we do this, I'm not too big of a fan of creating just this intersection. So in this case, it would be better to either do it like this or one higher. So in that case, it would look something like this. And I think it's completely fine if we extend it a little bit further, because we also connect with this bottom face. Now let's do this. And for the side, so it's kind of it kind of looks like it's stacked up or something. I kind of like the progress of this backside that we have for now. Some of them have like exhausts or something like that, or even wings. I don't think we're gonna go for the wings, at least not for this one, because it's gonna be a little bit more simple, but perhaps for some other. So let's crop that. And now we just need to kind of figure out which parts are gonna be which color. So I guess our main color is this blue. I'm not even sure if this is the exact blue. Let me just quickly check on the helmet, which is our like base blue. So the fourth one. Okay. Okay, so we had it selected already, but yeah. Okay, so I guess we can use the box tool, and let's see which parts do we want to keep in this color. So this should be blue, and then I think most of the torso, I mean these top sides and bottom sides, and then we can have like a little bit of gray or like some machinery that can be seen. Although these mechs from the anime, they are usually pretty well covered. I mean, you don't really see like the gears or wires or whatever these things have inside. Probably also because it would be tedious to draw. Okay. And I guess we can leave like a little gray circle in the middle, like here's where the head is connected or something like that. And now let's see, 4. And then this should be the part of an armor still. Perhaps do something like this. And then on the back side, Let's see how far the head goes. Okay, maybe something like this, and then let's make it a little bit more circular looking. I mean, it's gonna be really difficult to see this back part because it's mostly covered with the helmet, but still. And then I think all of this should be blue, and then we'll add some details, I guess. That's blue. That's gonna be blue as well. Here. Now let's see. So that's still blue. I don't want to make this blue because I want to just keep it some other color. Then maybe we can make this part blue as well. So this top part is going to be mostly blue. Then for the bottom part, let's see, maybe we can squeeze in some details. So maybe let's just make it a nice transition from here to there. So it's not like a step, but a bit more diagonal. And wait, actually, there's some third gray option. So this isn't even the, the same gray that we had used for our head. Okay, and now maybe we can try to make like some more details. So there's gonna be some shadow here. And here we have missed some of the blue. Wait, this is the darkest one. Okay. Now let's try to draw in a couple of details. So there's gonna be like some exhausts. So that's good. And I think I just wanna extend this blue all the way to the bottom. But we can keep these sides gray. Although just keeping it straight looks a little bit weird, if you ask me. So maybe let's extend this a little bit. Let me see. Okay, so this should be... Okay, so this is gonna create some interesting Z-fighting, possibly, if we don't extend the hips. But for now, I think it just kind of looks all right. Now let's fill this in with the darker gray. So there's like the bigger shadow because it's more towards the inside of this robot mech thing. And here for the top, we can try to do some orange details. Maybe something like this. So this isn't centered, this is an even number, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So maybe put these there, and then let's color the sides with blue. Something like this. Now I'm just trying to figure out what kind of a pattern I want to use in here, and maybe we can, oops, do some details or some shadows. Like there's a little highlight and there's a little shadow underneath. Let's also color in these voxels appropriately. And now I guess we can just trying to figure out which which way I like it. Maybe we can move this upwards by 1, just so we have an odd number. So it kind of looks a little bit better, and it also looks a little bit more bulky, like it has a little bit bigger chest. So let's fill that in, and then I don't really feel the need that we have this here. So I guess we'll try to figure out something else. Something like this. And also here I don't think we should extend them all the way outwards, although now that I have, it doesn't look too terrible. Okay. Then for this middle part, I think we can try to do some of this like modeling just with the colors. So basically we aren't adding blocks or anything, we're just using the highlights and the shadows to kind of give an idea of 3D-ness of our model. Maybe we can do something like that. And then it just kind of slowly goes towards the middle. Let's see what we want to do here. We'll see about that. Cool. Now for these bottom parts, still kind of undecided. Maybe we could do like some of this middle gray, just some details like, although I think it would look a little bit better if it were like this. Maybe, and then we can add like a little bit of a transition line from this darkest gray to the base gray that we're using, and then we can even outline it here in the back. And I guess we can try to do something similar on the back side, like this, and like, let's see. So I think it looks kind of like this. And then for the back side, I guess we can just extend this downwards. And then on the side, I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we leave, I don't know, 3, then 3, we can just do it like this. Just making some details, and then let's see if some of these grays can fit in somehow. So these are pretty bright in that aspect. Now can we find some of these darker grays here? And this, yeah, now you can see it looks kind of green when you compare it with the other, well, when you look at it from here, it looks kind of green. So that's really not something that we're striving for, but maybe we can add some orange detail here on this bottom part as well. So maybe the darkest one can be right underneath these dark grays. Like so. And we can make like another one, I don't know, going through here. Something like that. Yeah, I don't think it needs to go all the way down. because then it's a little bit too much orange. Something like that. And then also here at the back side we can maybe do some texturing with some darker lines. Let's see how we want to do that. So I guess it can go from top pretty much all the way to the bottom. And then these lines can also help give us like this idea of it being circular. So the next one is a little bit shorter, and then if you look at it from here, then that also kind of gives you a like a slope or a curve here at the top. So let me just finish it off down here. And here we can do kind of a similar thing. As you can see, this is 1 voxel longer than the side line. And now I guess here we do it just in the middle part. And you can't really see it here because of the shadow, but if you go over to this side, you can see it more clearly. So we get something like this. And I don't really feel the need to do another one here because we already have what we wanted. But we can make it even a little bit more like, I don't know, we can use more contrast, I think. So this can be used like an anti-aliasing color, and then we use a little bit darker for the actual like these indentations or whatever. And then we leave 2 of them at the bottom as well. So we have like a little slope. And now here, this should be like that, I think. Cool. So let me just zoom out. So that's what our robot currently looks like. I think that the torso kind of saved us from too many, for looking it too much like Optimus Prime, which was kind of our primary concern. And since the stream is already 2 hours long, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, and we'll see each other on Monday. So probably we're gonna continue working on this little fella because I have to study for exams. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see ya. Bye bye.